Good morning. Welcome back to Wolfie's Den on this sort of dreary Sunday morning. So, another little video of my DVD collection. This will cheer you up a little bit on this dreary Sunday. This is the letter S. I'm going to be doing this in two parts because there's quite a few DVDs under this letter, and I don't want to drag it out to 45 minutes video or something, bore the arse off all of you. So we're going to do it in two parts. So let's begin and see what we got. So first off, we have a Denzel Washington film. This is called Safe House. Then we have Matthew McConaughey, I think it is, Penelope Cruz, Sahara. And we have a nice steelbook here. Not a film I'm familiar with, to be honest. Looks like a war film. It's called Saints and Soldiers. I say it's in a nice little, well, I suppose you call it a steelbook, but sounds like a tin. You can see that it's a bit shiny and glossy. See if we can open it up. Oh, there we go. You open it up and it's the DVD's inside. So I'm assuming nothing in there. It's more of a tin as opposed to a steelbook, but a little bit different. Next we have an all-time classic in an old-fashioned snapper case, sorry. This is Salem's Lot. This is probably from the actual TV series on, yeah. Presented in a format preserving the aspect ratio of the original North American television adaptation. So in theory this should be about 3 hours long. I'm just trying to see. Doesn't give a running time on the back here. Oh yep, there we go. Sorry, yeah, 183 minutes. I was right, yeah, because I remember the original I think it was shot over 3 episodes, I think. But anyway, this is the original vampire horror with David Soul, James Mason, and Mr. Barlow. There he is. There has been a remake of that twice, I think. I think one of them had Rob Lowe. Might be wrong. That's a coincidence. Talking of Rob Lowe, here is Rob Lowe in Salem's Lot. There we go then. So this is a remake, and I think there's been another remake last year as well. So very popular. Next up we have Angelina Jolie in Salt. Quite a good film, action adventure film. Then we have a B movie, I should say. This is Samurai Zombie. Don't really need to say too much about it. Maybe that's quite low budget. Next up we have a wartime classic collection. This is Steve McQueen and the Sand Pebbles. One of Steve McQueen's better roles. No, just need to get a new thing for that. It's all cracked down there. Must invest in some new cases. Next up we have, yep, another B movie. Sand Sharks. I really don't know who thinks up all these things. But a bit of B-movie fun there. Jaws out of the water. Next up is a film I know nothing about. It's probably a film that Mrs. Wolf may have picked up. Looks like a real life drama thing. Sarah's Child. Looks like one of those TV movies. One of those weepy matinees. Definitely something I wouldn't have bought. Then we have 30th anniversary edition of Saturday Night Fever. Nice shiny glossy slip cover on this. I do have the 4K of this as well. I think a lot of people don't remember about this film. Obviously John Travolta and all the dancing and everything, but when it originally came out, as you can see, it was an 18, because there's lots of swearing and sexual violence in this film as well. Everybody thought it was a nice disco dancing film, but there's a little bit more than that. I think they did release a 12 certificate version of it as well for the youngsters who wanted to just see the dancing, so to speak. So that's a 2-disc anniversary edition. Next up we have Satan's Little Helper. Bit of a small cult following for this one, I think. Next we have Linda Blair from The Exorcist fame in a special uncut edition of Savage Streets. Yeah, she looks a bit different there from the green vomiting days. I think this is a German release. Yeah, she looks a bit like some kind of vigilante in this one. Next up we have an all-time classic. This is Steven Spielberg's, with Tom Hanks, Saving Private Ryan. I think about the first 20 minutes of this film is one of the most sort of heart-wrenching, gut-wrenching sort of 20 minutes put to celluloid, I'd imagine. It's about the landing, D-Day landings, and follows on from that. Let's Saving Private Ryan. If you can get through the first 20 minutes, you'll be alright. Next up we have an Oliver Stone film. Don't hear much about him these days, Oliver Stone. If he's still alive or not. This is Dennis Quaid, Natasha Kinski in Saviour. Vietnam film, but sort of Oliver Stone's forte, Vietnam films. Next is a horror film. This is a limited gruesome 3D edition apparently. This is called Scar. I don't know if they gave you any glasses with them or anything. Ah, they did. There you go, look. There's the old-fashioned 3D glasses. Surprised they were still in there. Next up, I think we might have a couple of these. Yeah, we'll get all these out at the same time. This is a franchise based on all horror slasher films like Jigsaw and Halloween and Scream and all those kind of things. This is the Scary Movie franchise. So there's Scary Movie 1, Scary Movie 2, Scary Movie 3 and Scary Movie 4. So they're all like spoof comedies, you know. If you like films like Aeroplane and things like that, you'll like these. Then we have something called Scattered Dreams. I think it's another one Mrs. Wolf may have picked up. It's a true story drama. Not for me, but it's in the collection anyway. Next up we have a special collector's edition of Jack Black in School of Rock comedy. As I said before, please pause when you're watching this if you need to read the back of the DVDs. This one is one I haven't watched. This is Roddy Piper from They Live fame. This is Sky Fighters. This one's in a very thin DVD case. Yeah, that's definitely a 50p one. What we got next? We have Mark Dacascos. He's a bit of a martial arts actor, I believe. Something called Scorcher. I can't really tell much about it because I think it's all written in French on the back. I can read a bit of French, but I'm not that clever. Next up is a film called The Scorpion. Looks like a bit of a bare knuckles boxing film. Then we have Dwayne Johnson, or The Rock, in Scorpion King. It's a bit dusty, that one. Then we have the original Scream. Groundbreaking that was when it came out. Scream 2. Oh, and Scream 3, which feels a bit heavier. It's got a great big booklet in Scream 3 and a poster. Don't know, advertising. It's quite heavy, that was. That's Scream 3. I've got all of these on 4K now. I know you're saying, so why don't you get rid of the DVDs? But I don't know, sometimes that's just what collectors do. They just hang on to things. It's just the way it is, I'm afraid. Next up we have Bill Murray in Scrooged. We're all ready. We've got a film from the writers of Scum. This is more like the female version of it. This is Scrubbers. Borstals for Girls. So it's going to be pretty hard hitting. Prison violence. Having said that, here we have the 2-disc special collector's edition of Scum. This was originally a BBC documentary, BBC drama before it turned it into a film. Kept pretty much the same characters. It's a pretty violent and hard-hitting film, prison film. I've got a nice chunky box set of this as well. I can't remember who made it, but it's a nice one. But that's Scum. Very sort of quotable film as well. Next up, I don't know why I put this under S. What I do is it's Donnie Darko 2, but it says S Darko, so that's probably why I bugged it under S. Next we have one with a slip cover that is loose. This is a horror film from the After Dark label. This is Seconds Apart. Then we have a film with James Spader. This is Secretary. All looks a bit provocative. Next up is Michael Douglas and Kiefer Sutherland in The Sentinel. This is another film called The Sentinel, but this is a horror film. This has John Carradine in it, Martin Balsam, Chris Sarandon, Arthur Kennedy, Burgess Meredith, so Eli Wallach, Christopher Walken, even Jeff Goldblum and Beverly D'Angelo. So there's quite a cast in this one. Some of these actors and actresses were quite young when they made this. So this is a horror film anyway. It's called The Sentinel. It's about a girl who's being prepared to sit at the gates of hell, but she doesn't sort of really know it. It's got a bit of a Rosemary's Baby feel about it as well. And another one that's come loose. Is it broken? No. This is not talked about much. Wes Craven film. I quite enjoy it, I must admit. Mainly set in Haiti. It's all to do with voodoo, magic and stuff like that. This is The Serpent and the Rainbow. Really enjoyable film, this one. It's got Bill Paxton. No, Bill Pullman. I always get them two mixed up for some reason. Bill Pullman in this one. That's The Serpent and the Rainbow. Then we have, excuse me, I'm going to sneeze. Oh, sorry about that. Next up, we have one of Al Pacino's, I think, greatest roles, based on a true story. The undercover police officer, Serpico, who has to sort of go undercover and grass out his own colleagues, so to speak. Corruption in the police force. Brilliant film, well played by Al Pacino. One of his greatest films. I do have a nice 4K of that as well. Next up is a film based on a book by horror writer Dean R. Koontz. I think that's how he pronounced his name. This is something called Servants of Twilight. Yeah. I was just trying to see who was in it. Don't think there's anybody major stars in it. No. That's a nice little horror film there from Dean R. Koontz. Next up, we have one of the Lucio Fulci's what do you call it? Is it Trilogy of Hell films? Is it Trilogy of Hell? Something like that. This is widescreen edition of Seven Doors of Death. I'm not sure if this is one of these Italian films that has different titles to it or not. So if it's ever called anything else. It may have been. So let's see if it says anything on the back. No, doesn't say. Yeah, Seven Doors of Death. Someone will tell me, but I'm sure this is maybe called something else as well. I might be wrong. Next up, we have an unusual film. It's a bit of a comedy, I suppose, in places. Quite big stars in it. Colin Farrell, Woody Harrelson, Christopher Walken. Nice little slip on it. This is Seven Psychopaths. I think it's the same. Yeah, it's the same in there. Next up, we have, if I remember right, I do remember watching this. It's quite an unusual film. This is David Caruso in Session 9. I think it's something to do with an asylum, I think. I might be wrong. Or an old house. It's like a psychological horror film. I don't think I really liked it when I watched it. I can't remember now. Rings a few bells. Next up, we have, not that one. Yes, we do. The Seventh Voyage of Sinbad. One of those sort of 1960s action adventures. Sort of film you get on a Sunday afternoon. I think the special effects are probably done by Ray Harryhausen. He used to enjoy doing those kind of things. Next up is a Chinese sort of martial arts film, Seven Swords. Then we've got Danny Dyer in Severance, horror film. And this is a film, I believe, if I can find it on the back here. If I can find his name. No, I can't find his name. Never mind. This is a horror film called Severed, Forest of the Dead. I thought it was done by a quite severe German director. I can't remember his name now. Olaf something his name is. It doesn't appear to be on the back here, so I'm assuming it's not. No, never mind. Anyway, that's Severed, a Forest of the Dead. Then we have a film with Ray Winstone, Ian McShane, and an unsettling performance by Ben Kingsley. This is Sexy Beast. Far removed from his Gandhi performance. Next up is a film I know absolutely nothing about. This is called Sex Drive. Looks like one of those teen American comedies they made loads of in the 90s, I think it was. Then we have a film just called Shadow. Fright Fest Looks like there's some sort of skinhead Nazi thing going on here with this one. Definite horror film anyway. And we have Helen Mirren and Cuba Gooding Jr., another actor we don't see much of these days, in a film called Shadow Boxer. Oh. Then we have, we got one over here, Bram Stoker, Shadow Builder, vampire film. I think I just showed this the other day, but I'm just adding it into the collection. Then we have John Malkovich, William Dafoe in Shadow of the Vampire. I think this is about the making of Nosferatu. Then we have a film I don't know anything about either. This is Shadows in an Empty Room. Stuart Whitman, John Saxon, Martin Landau, Gail Honeycutt. I wonder if this was a... Sorry, I just looking at this back of this cover, and it looks like a film that I've just picked up or got on order called Blazing Magnum. And it certainly looks like the same characters, because this picture here of Stuart Whitman with a gun, I'm sure that's on the cover of the Blazing Magnum. Yeah, so I may have a double dip here, unknowingly. Anyway, I digress. Shadows in an Empty Room, or maybe Blazing Magnum. Not sure about that. Next up is Samuel L. Jackson in Shaft, from the, I think it was an American TV series, was it, Shaft? With Richard Roundtree many years ago. Well, it may have been an original film with Richard Roundtree as Shaft, I can't remember. Then we have Christopher Eccleston, Ewan McGregor, Shallow Grave. And we have Jackie Chan, Owen Wilson, comedy, Shanghai Nights. Then we have, looks like a British teen sort of film. It's called Shank. This is obviously a definite B movie fodder. This is Shark in Venice. Yeah, you can make some of this stuff up, can you? Next, so I've had this one quite a while. This one looks a bit old and battered. Yeah, dusty as well. This is Burt Reynolds in Sharky's Machine. In the days when Burt Reynolds was a bit of a big action macho star. Then we have the zombie comedy with Simon Pegg. This is Shaun of the Dead. And watch this one for a while. And next up we have, it shows the one that's loose. No. Oh, it's got some nice art cards in this one. This is the She Creature. And some like a... Oh, they all fold out. I think it's like a montage of similar types of films. If you can see that. All like sort of a 50s, 60s sci-fi adventures that sort of epitomise the time where everybody in America was afraid of the bomb and the Cold War and all this kind of stuff. Anyway, that's the She Creature. Then we have a film with C. Thomas Howell, Roddy Piper, the ex-wrestler. This is The Shepherd. Then we have, do we have both of them? No. We have one of these Sherlock Holmes films with Robert Downey Jr. I do have the other, both of these on 4K. Bit more action adventure in these than your run-of-the-mill Sherlock Holmes. Then we have Michael Caine in a film called Shiner. Then we have a film from the Godzilla sort of universe. I believe this is probably a Japanese release. This is called, is it a DVD? Oh, it is DVD. I thought it was a Blu-ray for a minute. The size of it. This is Shin Godzilla. And we have, this is the, I think this was a TV series. Actually, I didn't know there was a TV series of this. This is Stephen King's The Shining. It's a 2-disc edition. I say at the time I bought this, I didn't even know there was a TV series. Trying to see when this came out. It's got Steven Weber in it. Elliot Gould's in it as well. Just want to see when it came out. Can't see this. Yes, 200. It's about 260, 80 minutes long, so 4 hours, 5 hours. So e.g., I say it was a TV series. Must have been just in America. I can't remember it coming out in this country. I can't see when it came out. Maybe the year 2000. But anyway, it's Stephen King's The Shining, the TV series. And we have classic comedy, Pauline Collins, Shirley Valentine. Then we have another Wes Craven film. Another one we don't hear a lot about. This is Shocker. Oh, one of those. There we go. Then we have a Blue Underground film. This is Shock Waves. Then we have one which was along the video nasty list, banned for a long time. This is the strong uncut version. This is Shogun Assassin. One of the old martial arts revenge movie. And we've got Clive Owen in Shoot 'em Up. Then we have Ali Sheedy, Steve Guttenberg, Short Circuit. And we've got a film I showed the other day, just added to the collection. This is Shortcut. Then we've got Paul Verhoeven's. Everybody doesn't really, I won't say they don't like this film, but everybody does slag it off quite a bit. I don't mind it. This is Paul Verhoeven's Showgirls. Next, Robert De Niro, Eddie Murphy, another film that doesn't really get talked about at all, called Showtime. Not the sort of pairing you'd think of in a film. Then we have sort of a, how shall I put it, slasher film in the snow, Shredder. Let's pick these last few films up from here. Oh. Right, get them there. Next up is something called, another B movie, I can tell by just looking at the cover. This is called Shriek of the Mutilated. Then we've got Shrooms, extended unseen footage cut. Nice little shiny slip. That one. You've got a bit of embossing on the front. Shrooms. Then we have Leonardo DiCaprio in Shutter Island. Then we have something called Sick Boy, horror film. Then we have another horror film called Sickle. One of those very thin cases again. Then we've got Denzel Washington, Annette Bening and Bruce Willis in The Siege. And we've got a film with Lawrence Fishburne, The Signal. Then we have M. Night, we're going to pronounce this guy's name, M. Night Shyamalan's Signs with Mel Gibson. This has just had a nice 4K release. Then we've got, I'm trying to see who's in this, doesn't say, a film called The Silencers. Looks like a bit of an X-Files type thing. And finally, for the moment, we have an uncut version of Christopher Lee. It's in this, apparently, co-stars. David Carradine is the main star. Roddy McDowall. A film called The Silent Flute. So it's a bit of a follow-on from maybe David Carradine in Kung Fu, the TV series, that kind of thing. Right, we're going to stop there for the moment. I said at the beginning of this I wasn't going to do a long video with the S's because it would take up 45 minutes or more, and I probably only just got halfway and this took 40 minutes. So we're going to leave it there for the moment, and we'll come back in a couple of days time and we'll do the rest of the S's on my DVDs. So thank you for sparing your time to watch this. Please subscribe, like, comment, etc., all the usual things, and hope you have a nice rest of your weekend, and I will catch you all very soon. Thank you all for watching.